IIMs and MBA in general pays you good money. That's clear. And especially if you're at the top 10, top 20 B schools, then obviously that is great for you. However, you as an MBA aspirant might want to know that what domains, what streams, what sort of organizations I should aim for so that I can increase my maximum earning potential. Hi, I'm Darpan Saxena, an MBA graduate from IIM Udaipur, and I help MBA students create fulfilling careers without depending on placements. So the objective of this video is simple. I want to give you a deep dive understanding of placement salaries at IIMs, at B schools, but not in general about average packages and about median packages, this and that. No, I want to deep dive further. I want to tell you things which usually only place commerce know, or the ones who know from place commerce, or the ones who've gone through that final placement process. I've spoken to a lot, I've seen this, I've researched this, and therefore I've created a lot of interesting things for you that depending on what sort of a job role, what sort of a company you're choosing for yourself, what is the compensation which you can have, and what exactly are certain incentives which there might be. For example, your variable. If you're excited to learn this, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so that I can bring to you more such content on your MBA journey. Now here we go. This is what I'm going to share with you because these are the 6 or 7 major streams which usually students aspire for, and therefore you would be very curious to know that okay, what exactly is the CTC, the kind of salaries which I can expect from this. I'll start with the most hype, most in demand, most placed. Most of the students of our top B schools are placed here, which is consulting in strategy roles at MBB firms. What exactly would be the compensation which you will get? Now usually MBB strategy consulting, your fixed component is anywhere from 24 lakhs to 30 lakhs per annum. This is the fixed component, and the incentive structure is anywhere between 6 lakhs to 15 lakhs. Now this includes all kind of possibilities. This includes which out of these 3 firms are you in, whether you are at McKinsey, Bain, or you are at a BCG. This includes what is your location, whether India or abroad. This also includes that what role or what designation are they hiring for. So usually if a student has say 3 or 4 years of experience, what they're offered is a slightly one step higher job role, whereas somebody who's maybe a fresher is not offered that one. So this is the broad based range, 24 lakhs to 30 LP, and that is your variable part. Now consulting is not only about MBB. There are other consulting firms who are into strategy, for example Accenture strategy, whereas there could be other niche consulting firms as well, for example operations consulting, for example HR consulting, for example technology consulting as well. So let's look at how does the salary change. As you would expect, there is a slight drop in the lowest which you can earn from it. So these salaries usually start from an 18 lakh and go up to the same 30 lakh per annum. Usually what you'll observe is that if a strategy consulting firm which is not an MBB firm, if they are going for recruitments, they would want to match the salaries which are being offered at MBB, which are being offered by MBB, so that they can attract the similar kind of students. All of this insights I've gone from place commerce, from students who have been there and done that. So this is a very interesting thing at play, that even within the organizations they tend to match the salary so that they can attract the students, and you see this usually with the consulting firms, that to match the salaries of the MBB firms where there is the most attraction, they do this. And hence the variable component also you would expect would be similar. However, what I'm trying to tell you here is that if you're going for a consulting which is not strategy and not at MBB, then probably you could start off at say 18 lakh or at 20 lakhs. It could also happen. That's that. From there, investment banking, private equity, venture capital, top tier cream finance roles. Usually you find these mostly at IIM Calcutta, IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore. Beautiful roles. Now these are the highest paying roles because this requires some big stretch at your end, and usually they start from 30 lakhs to 40 lakhs fixed. No kidding. It's crazy money, but it's crazy work. I've known investment banker friends from these top B schools who've spent 48 hours sleepless. They've been at office for 48 hours, have slept there, worked there, had their food there, because that is the kind of projects which they have to do. When two organizations are about to merge, M&A, mergers and acquisitions, there's a lot of work that goes behind it, and all of this is happening round the clock. Obviously the kind of students, the kind of professionals which there need to be in investment banking, PE and VC, other ones who are very sharp, who have the attention for detail, who have good quantitative aptitude, and all of these are the students which you usually find, say for example at an IIM Calcutta. And obviously the variable component of this also is really high. So what you'll find is that if somebody says that, hey, he's an investment banker, you know that probably he's earning quite a lot, especially after MBA. That is the reality of investment banking, private equity and venture capital. Moving on, let's get into finance roles, the BFSI roles, which are not IB. So except for that, this includes anything like your corporate finance or a banking role or all of those things. This drops. It could start from a 12 lakh fixed to a 24 lakh fixed. So if you are not from say the top 6, top 7 B schools, then it could drop down to as low as a 12 or a 14 LPA. If you are from the top 7, it could be around 18-20 lakhs. These are finance roles which are not investment banking roles. So it could be fintech, it could be financial analyst, it could be something in a bank and all of those things. It could be a core corporate finance role. And obviously what you need to also understand is that when a finance role is a corporate finance role, then it's more like a support function to the entire organization, and hence the variables are not so much in a finance role. This is what you would expect when you're aiming for a finance role. And usually, see, again, let us be very clear about this, except for the top 3-4 IIMs, you do not find investment banking, private equity and venture capital roles over there. So which means if you are reading a placement report, अगर आप एक placement report पढ़ रहे हैं जिसमें finance लिखा है and that is not a top 4 B school, then you can safely assume you are talking about this row number 4, which is finance and banking, which is BFSI. So this is one understanding or nuance you need to have. Moving on from there, a very sought after role, marketing and sales. Now this includes a host of roles. It could include sales, it could include brand management, it could include advertising, so much in it. Broadly, where do we stand with it? It could start from as low as 10 lakh per annum. If you get into the lower end of the top 20 B schools, the fixed may even start from 10. The reason why I have put that 10 over here is that so that you should not be in a shock when you go into say B school which is rank 15 to 20 and suddenly you realize अरे यार 10 लाख दे रहे हैं सेल्स के लिए, हो सकता है बहुत कंपनीज देंगी आपसे. As high as 24 lakhs. Good FMCG firms which would come to an IIM ABCL or an XLRI, FMS, SP Gen, these organizations 24 lakhs it can go. Even MDI Gurgaon, those kind of roles. Variable 2 lakhs to 10 lakhs. Usually this also keeps on growing as you grow with the organization. If you stick in sales for long enough, you would realize that your variable is higher than your fixed salary. So if you want to make a lot of cash and you don't want to be in finance, try sales. Stick in sales for long enough, be a sales leader in that organization, you will be earning more variable than your fixed. So that is the beauty of these things. Now, marketing and technology at FMCG or D2C firms. Now, when I'm saying D2C, I am speaking about direct to consumer firms, which means any company which could sell directly to the consumer. For example, any online business is basically a D2C firm. For example, Amazon, Flipkart, some examples of it could be others as well. So that is what I had to just state. Now, marketing and tech roles, usually I'm implying say something like either a core technology role or a analytics role, or it could even be a product management role. Usually a prod man role is a good interplay or a mix between marketing and technology. Now usually and obviously these roles will get slightly higher than your standard marketing and sales roles. The reason is because organizations are now having a higher appreciation for technology, which means that if you're somebody who can bring in the understanding of technology, any digital skills, then you will be rewarded with a higher salary, which means that your starting will not be as low as a 10 or 12 lakhs. You'd start from a far slightly more respectable 16 lakhs, could go however to as much as a 24 lakhs. But if you stick in it, this has growth, especially product management these days, very hyped, very much in demand, especially if you can be a technical product manager who knows tech, no limits. The variable component is similar because this is the kind of variable you get in a marketing or a product role. Now the last one which I'm coming to is operations, which is either at a FMCG company, for example HUL, Unilever, all of those kinds which recruit from some of the top B schools, or it could be the core operations company. For example, which ones? For example, Zepto, for example, Delivery, Swiggy, Zomato. All of these companies, their lifeblood, their core, their secret sauce is their operations. Their product is the effectiveness of their operations, that how quickly they can deliver something to you or to somebody. And now operations is a field which is heating up because now they need experts. They need people who can build business models out of of operational excellence. That is why if you're somebody who has that bent of mind, this is something for you, and they pay you fairly well. Now, when it comes to operations, it could start from 14 lakhs, it could go up till 24 lakhs. The reason why I said fairly well, because few years back, say 3-4 years back, when this space was not heating up, which means that when there weren't such core operations organizations which thrive on the fact that they have to streamline their operations. Again, I gave you examples: Zepto, Amazon, Swiggy, Zomato, all of these companies which have to be effective in their operations. Until these companies came in as the front foot players who disrupted everything, and you had these things like 10-minute delivery and all, these were jobs which are not very fancy jobs. Suddenly these are fancy jobs, and this fixed component has now reached at par a marketing job role. That is the interesting part. And obviously the variable component remains somewhere at 2 to 10 lakhs. So now when you see a CTC in a placement report, you know that, okay, what is the fixed component, what is the variable component. If you're seeing the placement report of a good B school, for example, like IIM Ahmedabad, XLRI, even IIM Udaipur, these are very high quality placement reports. I insist you to go and read a placement report of IIM Udaipur, IIM Ahmedabad. Very nicely created reports, because one, they are audited. Second, they give this breakup also very beautifully. For each stream, they give this breakup. So if you really want to know anything about placement salaries, that is the place for you to go, not YouTube. However, now that you've watched this video, I'm sure that you would have got the clarity. Go further in it and understand them more, so that you're not fooled by somebody, and so that you make an informed choice. If you want me to make videos on specific specializations to know that, hey, what exactly would a consultant do? What is their work? What are the skills which I need to have? And all of those things, go down in the comments and tell me that you want videos on specializations. I'll be happy to make them for you. Thanks a lot and goodbye.